The price of Bitcoin is $26,150. The CME Fed Watch tool here, which predicts what the rate hike is going to be in 1 day and 4 hours time when it comes to the next inflation rate hike, has come in now at 94.2% chance of zero rate hike happening. This is because of the US CPI data coming in below forecast at 4%. What does this mean? Well, inflation is slowing down. We can see that here because inflation slowed down again in a victory for the Federal Reserve. In other news today, of course, XRP prices have jumped as Hinman's speech has been released into the Ripple Labs filing. However, that story is just getting started right now. We're going to find out more over the course of the next 24 hours about XRP lawsuit and if it starts coming to an end as these Hinman documents start slowly trickling into circulation and we're all able to see what Mr. William Hinman said about Ripple back in 2018. Now, back then, basically, Mr. William Hinman said that XRP, no, he's not, the stuff that we've seen so far is about Ethereum and Bitcoin. He said that Ethereum and Bitcoin are clearly not securities. So that was the SEC stance back then. That could all change. We're all going to see more and more about this as the day goes on. But for now, Bitcoin's price, $26,136. It's been volatile today. It shot up, it shot down, liquidated a bunch of folk, but it touched the bottom of the VWAP again. It started to bounce back to the upside. Today, of course, we're going to be discussing today's cryptocurrency analysis, Bitcoin news, Ethereum news, and of course, the most important of all right now, XRP news, because it's going to affect the entire market. I want to know from you, do you think XRP is going to win this lawsuit or not? Comment yes down below if you think they are. Comment no if you think that they're not. Or win or lose. Let's do win or lose, in fact. Comment win if you think that XRP are going to win. Comment lose if you think that XRP are going to lose this lawsuit. I'd be interested to see what is the more popular comment below. So please do leave a comment down below and I'll be seeing which is more popular and I'll report back in the next video. So, in other than news, please do drop a like on today's video, by the way. It helps out so much with the algorithm. We're trying to get this algorithm back on track on this channel and it is working. So please do drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, win or lose XRP. Let me know your thoughts. So first things first, $26,110 is the current price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin over the course of the past kind of couple of hours or so, this is the 5-minute chart right now on the price of Bitcoin. It rallied all the way up to here, which is $26,450. However, it failed to close the CME gap. The CME gap sits at this level right here, which is approximately $26,500. The CME gap is open from this level right here, and it still remains open. So as it sits right now, Bitcoin's still got a CME gap above the current price, and I am long on the current price of Bitcoin because I expect it's going to rise. Why do I expect it's going to rise? Well, because of the US CPI data coming in below forecast at 4%. This is bullish for the crypto markets. As we can see today, if we look at the S&P 500, the S&P 500 has been shooting up in a straight line. And if I know there's one person on earth that likes straight lines of white powder, it's Gary Gensler. I don't know where that joke was going, but it happened anyway. Either way, the S&P 500 is shooting up in a straight line right now, and that is fantastic news. Also, another fantastic news, or rather perceivably fantastic news. The dollar is dropping in strength. The dollar is dropping in value. Over the past couple of hours now, it has just continually been dropping to the downside, and it looks like the trend is your friend on this one. It looks like the US dollar is going to do exactly what I'm expecting it to do. I mean, this is my very, very long-term chart. You can see basically this is where the bull market began back in 2017. This is where it ended in 2018. This is where it began in 2020. This is where it ended in 2021. This is where it began again from my perspective when Bitcoin was $16,000, and you can see right now the value of the US dollar is dropping back towards this level. This is where Bitcoin is hitting $300,000. We're nowhere near $300,000 Bitcoin yet. That is why right now is one of the best times to be involved in the crypto space, because eventually the US dollar is going to get down to these levels. And it doesn't matter what the SEC say about Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what they say about exchanges. Maths is maths. Adoption is adoption. We don't need the USA for adoption to take place. And ultimately, the east of the world is so much more bullish on the world of cryptocurrency than snake lizard ball bag Gary Gensler. We don't like the man. He's a prick, and he is in charge of one of the most corrupt institutions in the USA from my perspective and in my opinion. Please don't sue me. Now, moving back, of course, to the price of Bitcoin. Things are getting wacky. Things are getting wild. Things are getting volatile. Currently, the price of Bitcoin is in this kind of, on the daily chart, it is in a bull flag, but we are looking for a daily bullish candle close today. Doesn't matter too much because, of course, the news is going to drop tomorrow with regards to a 0% rate hike, and that, in theory, should be bullish for Bitcoin. However, it would be even more bullish, even though currently there is a 0% chance of an ease, as in a reduction in the rate hike. If that came in at 0.25% on the ease section here, and there was a 0.25% ease on the rate hike, boy, oh boy, the entire market would fly like it was full of helium. It would be insane how big the market would grow in such a short period of time. But it's important to also point out right now about Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is starting to stall again. We've seen that Ethereum's price is now reaching this level of support down here. I think that it's time to be going long on the price of Ethereum right now because of what is going on with the XRP lawsuit. So let's discuss the XRP lawsuit. XRP prices jump as Hinman speech released in Ripple Labs filing. Hinman suggested in his 2018 speech that Bitcoin and Ethereum were not securities in his view. Now, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. We know that. The SEC has clarified that several times. This is not exactly groundbreaking news, but it's the best that we've got so far. It'll be interesting to see as the XRP lawsuit goes on today if there are any further updates, because we're expecting updates on Tuesday and Wednesday this week that could potentially lead to the end of the XRP lawsuit case. Now, in other news, of course, we've got inflation right here, but most importantly of all, post CPI report, markets are expecting Fed pause with 98.8% probability versus 80% probability yesterday. Fantastic news all around, but it'll be interesting to see how it affects the crypto markets going forward. A couple more things to discuss today, of course, with the main one from my perspective being, we discussed in yesterday's video that this ball bag, not that one, but, you know, Gary Gensler, proposed SEC Stabilization Act would remove Gary Gensler and restructure the SEC. Emma Davidson introduced SEC Stabilization Act to remove Chair Gensler. This is because they've accused him of a bunch of different things, but the background on this is that Chair Gensler's tenure has highlighted a fundamental flaw in the SEC structure. Under current law, the SEC chair retains a concerning level of discretion, which leaves the other four commissioner positions effectively redundant. The SEC Stabilization Act adjusts the commissions to include an additional sixth commissioner, which, while also creating an executive director who oversees the agency's day-to-day operations, all rulemaking, enforcement, and investigation authority would remain with the commissioner, who are subject to staggered 6-year terms. Under the SEC Stabilization Act, a single party would never hold more than 3 commissioner seats at a time, thus protecting U.S. capital markets from any future destabilizing of the political agenda. The ensuing stability would also force commissioners to work together prior to approving any significant actions under the SEC's purview. This would implement a similar structure that is in place at the Federal Election Commission. That is exactly what the Federal Reserve needs right now. It's exactly what the SEC needs right now. Will it happen or not is a different question. Will Gary Gensler lose his job is a different question. I'd love to see Gary Gensler lose his job as, I don't know, dictator of the SEC, because that's how he holds himself. That's how he carries himself. He's a prick and he uses his power and gloats about it. And he shows up on Twitter, and that's the most upsetting thing for me. Like, you're meant to be professional, man. And you're out there showing off on Twitter, trying to score Twitter clout. But I've got more followers than you, dickhead. Anyway, of course, we don't like him. I'm not a big fan. Moving on, though, XRP is 54 cents. Well, this is an article from yesterday, and it hit 54 cents today. However, it is back down now. If we look at the price of XRP, back down at 52.3 cents. It rallied up earlier today to 56. It's since dropped back down to the downside. The question is, at this point in time, is the XRP bull run over, or is it just about to get started? Well, the only way to find out this really is to wait for a daily close on the outside of what is a current inverse head and shoulders pattern. If I'm to zoom in right now and do a little bit of technical analysis on the price of XRP, you can see here we have a textbook inverse head and shoulders pattern with another shoulder there and the neckline being about where we are right now. We're yet to close a daily candle above this neckline level. If we close a daily candle above the neckline, great, fantastic. Yes, we'll probably break to the upside, but right now we're still waiting for that breakout on the price of XRP. So overall, the markets, from my perspective, are very bullish, given the US CPI data has come in around 4%, which is fantastic. That has meant that, of course, we've got a 98.8% probability of 0 rate hike tomorrow. That's all fantastic news. And naturally, that should all positively impact the price of Bitcoin, which is why I'm currently long on the price of Bitcoin. If you want to follow me into that trade, you can check out the links and information in today's video description for BYBIT. But please do slap a like on today's video. I'd really, really appreciate it. You don't know how much it helps out with the YouTube algorithm. It helps out so much. So if you want to support my content, you want to support the channel, slap a like on today's video. It's all you need to do. And at the same time, leave a comment down below. Do you think XRP is going to win their lawsuit? Sorry about that. I just had lunch. Do you think XRP is going to win their lawsuit? Yes or no? Leave a comment down below. Win or lose. Comment win if you think they're going to win, lose if you think they're going to lose. I'm going to tot it up, see which side wins, and then we can see based on the probability of my audience which one is going to do better and which side is more likely. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe.